5 degrees more. This life is crazy. Everything about this life is crazy. Hmm. Don't know how people found me. Some free. That's interesting. used to having an audience. It is a novelty. Roblox. I've never heard of it. It's definitely not something that I've played previously. But it might be interesting. I might give it a go if an opportunity arises. I think all the people that have joined this chat are all gaming nerds, and I'm not. I don't really play video games. To be honest with you, I've only recently started streaming. It's kind of new to me, so I'm not actually playing any games. I was just watching some news, to be honest. I like to read. I like to read about news. That's what I tend to do on Sundays when I'm at home, or I might read some. I might read like I might go on Stanford philosophy, and there's like philosophical articles on there, and I just tend to read some of that. But it's quite complicated because it's very academic writing, and it can be a bit tedious when you read something that's very academic. It's not. It's you have to be concentrating. You have to be very focused in understanding the concepts. Gaming is much more fun. Gaming is easier and fun. But to be honest with you, lately I just because I have an addictive personality. So if I start playing a game that I like, I might spend the whole day playing it. So that's why I just gave up on video games. But obviously, I'm not saying people shouldn't play them. I just decided not to because otherwise I just spend most of my day playing video games, and it's not ideal, especially not as an adult of my age. I mean, I have a PlayStation. I purchased one at Christmas last year, and it's still in a box. I haven't actually opened it. I'm still waiting to open it. But gaming is good. I mean, it boosts your like. I think it boosts your brain. Like there's definitely benefits to playing video games. That's what I've read. I've read an article on it that apparently is good for your brain to play video games. I mostly like, to be honest with you, what I like to do a lot is, well, I mean, I don't do it as frequently as I should, but I like cycling. Like when my mind is in the right place, I just get up in the morning and just go for a ride. Sometimes I stay outside for hours, but because recently I developed dizziness, like my balance has been it's a bit compromised. So, but I'm improving. So hopefully this dizziness will just go away. That's what I'm hoping because I'm fed up of my balance not feeling quite well. It doesn't feel normal. I always feel a bit strange when I'm standing up, especially when I'm moving. Like when I'm walking, it's weird. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I could definitely try some video games. I just have to get myself into the right mindset, because sometimes I'm thinking I'm playing video games. I'm not really learning anything. I'm not getting paid. It's kind of like I feel like it's a bit of a waste of time, but I understand it's fun. It is interesting. Thank you. Thank you for the some of the positive feedbacks. I do appreciate it, and obviously, I know it's Sunday today, so hopefully you're all enjoying your Sunday. You're all doing interesting, fun things. It could be arthritis. You never know. You're right, but I don't think so, because I still feel quite flexible. My agility hasn't been compromised, so I don't know. I don't have any pains or anything. I just feel a bit weak when I'm standing. Like, I don't know. It's even difficult to explain, but I don't think it's arthritis. Just it's just a balance issue. I don't know what's causing it. I will at some point. I'm hoping to find out. It's been about 4 months. I've been to see a few doctors, so but they haven't really. They said it might be to do with anxiety, but I'm not sure if it's anxiety, because I've had anxiety for years, and I've never felt like this in the past. This is a new symptoms, a new experience. So I don't know, but it's made me really stressed out. I mean, it's really. I mean, I've literally some days I've literally just spent them in bed. I didn't even want to. I was just worried about what could be wrong with me, and it just didn't make me feel. I didn't really make me. I didn't really feel relaxed and focused or anything. But yeah, this is obviously, YouTube is a big community, and I've come on here just mostly to share my experience, and also to see other people, to see their point of view, to see what they're up to. It's that's the power of YouTube. Is about exploring a different world out there compared to the daily reality of your ordinary life. That's the one of the advantages of YouTube, is that you can explore a different world, different, share your perspective and listen to other people's. Are you an adult, Toasted, um, or are you just like a schoolboy on a holiday? Because right now the schools are off, right? So I'm assuming there's a lot of kids with nothing to do, and well, with more free time than usual, shall we say? Because you don't have to go to class, or they don't have to go to class and stuff like that. They can enjoy their time doing whatever it is that they like to do. But I mean, as soon as you joined, it seems like other people joined with you. It's funny. It's it's like you attracted other people on this stream. All of a sudden. Okay, so you're a creative person. You like to do, I don't know. You like to play video games, I guess, and do other things. Ah, no, no, Bogonia. Ah, sto mangiando.
Voglio fare a vedere. Uno copiato. Poca frutta. Tre fighe. Lo sente?
Ce ne nisci. Sto parlando per me stesso.
Ah, ok.
Oh,
Allora, ci ringrazio della cosa.
vabbè. I can see from your avatar you're a creative person. I can tell. That's good. You're actually monetized. I'm not doing it for money. Well, I can't, and even if I wanted to, I can't. My page isn't. Well, my channel is not to at that stage. So you're clearly good at it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to monetize your channel. You've clearly got good ideas and good creativity. Yeah, well, obviously, there's so many people doing it. It's very obviously you have to have a unique selling point and something that stands out. And if you can, obviously, I don't know. There's obviously thousands of creators on this platform, so you have to be out. You have to have some. You have to have a good work ethic, but also natural some talent and ability to be able to succeed with the algorithm. I've mostly joined on here just to kind of experience it, just because I feel like it's good to open yourself up to an audience. It boosts your confidence. Well, it can boost your confidence. Of course, there's always criticism, but it's good. It's a good confidence builder. Yeah, obviously, I'm sure there is always going to be careers and other thing, even though there's like artificial intelligence and the ability of machines to do it for you. Artificial intelligence might become the next competitive frontier for humans, because we don't just compete against other humans, we also have to compete against the technology, well, the new and artificial intelligence, as I just said. That's how they call it. But ultimately, I think if you're a creative person, then you're probably going to succeed, even despite the fact that there's artificial intelligence that can do cognitive tasks that were typically only able for humans to do. So what kind of audience do you have then? Is it children, or is it people of is it well, I guess it's young adults, children, whoever likes video games. I'm not an expert in computing. I'm not believe it or not, I always found computer boring. Like when I was a kid, I used to hate computers. I would be like, God, this is boring. Get me out of this. Get me out of this class. I just hated the computers. I could never get my head to liking computers. But nowadays, you pretty much use computers for everything. So the more of an expert in computing, the more of an advantage you have when it comes to most jobs, because everything is done most jobs are done through a computer these days. So if you have an advantage, if you're good with computers, with using computers, you tend to have an advantage in today's society. And most people over a certain age don't know much about computers. Like people over the age of 50, they just suck at computers. They can't even use a digital app. Like I used to work for a call center bank, and some people would call asking me, how do you download the banking app? It's funny. It's like something that's so simple, but for certain people is so difficult. Right? Well, it comes across as being difficult when it's not. I guess you're right. I guess that's true. I mean, obviously, computers decided to kind of, to grow in within normal society. I would say at the beginning of the century, that's when it started to grow computing. because I remember I grew up with computers. I grew up with the development of computers, so I know the history. But I know that most people over the age of 50 didn't grow up with. Yeah, I think today's generation is probably, it tends to be more aloof. It's less socially connected to other people, but at the same time, it's more. It's probably more intelligent when it comes to the use of technology. So like you said, there's pros and cons with every generation. So is YouTube like your full-time job, or do you do other things? Is your focus just YouTube now predominantly, or are you also doing something other than YouTube? Because obviously, some people, just very successful content creators, it's their job. They can make a living out of it. Okay. Okay. That's okay. So you're pretty much for your, well, I guess your focus is YouTube in one way or another. You have multiple tasks through YouTube. Okay, that's fine. So you're still a young. You're obviously still, like you're still a child. I guess by law you're still a child. So that's fine. I mean, obviously, yeah. The more you know about computers, and obviously, you're a creative person, so you never know. In a few years, your page will be. It won't be 5,000. It might be 50,000 or even more. So it's good that you give you well. It's just good that you make that effort to try to kind of build a, a platform where you can succeed through your own abilities. It shows that you're proactive. I mean, it shows that you're somebody that likes to do things and succeed, which is a good thing. Yeah, I know it's not easy, but it's good that you have targets. It gets you motivated. If you don't have targets, you lose motivation. Well, you're more likely to lose motivation. But if you have targets, those if you're really passionate about achieving those targets, they're gonna drive. It's gonna drive you, and that's what life is about. It's about having a goal and obviously having a plan as well. How you can achieve those goals also helps. I think anyway. But I haven't succeeded in the YouTube game, so I'm not going to give you advice. I'm just thinking that having having a ambition and having goals is important as much as it is having ability and talent. That's so important. So if you can combine all these things together, I'm sure you will do fine. Yeah, it's like I said, there's so many people do this YouTube now. It's not easy to stand out. It's a very crowded. It's a crowded space. There's so many people of. I mean, there's even like corporations, or people of millions and millions of pounds, of dollars that they can spend on content creation. It's crazy. And there's people like me who just switch on a camera and just talks about a topic of interest. But it's yeah, it's funny. There's professionals and there's amateurs on here. But I know you just tune in for the beard. I know that the beard my beard captured your interest. So I just happened to talk to you now. Well, it takes time. I mean, you improve through doing, and you improve through experience. So the more experience you get, the better you're gonna become. I think most people improve with time. So you're learning as you're going along, and you're becoming better. You're getting feedback, and you're making improvements, and hopefully with those improvements you're gonna keep growing as a content creator and also as an editor. But I'm sure you're on the right track because you seem very determined and capable. Ultimately, as long as you enjoy what you do, you're gonna you're gonna sustain the grind if you enjoy what you do. If you enjoy to see the fruits of your labor, so seeing that you're gonna seeing yourself growing, it's gonna help you to stay on track. It's gonna give you that energy to keep going. Yeah, obviously, you have other options. You can do because of your skill set and your knowledge, you can do other things other than being a creator. You can work with other for other YouTubers to support them with editing, which is a good thing. It's good to have that versatility where you can use your skills doing different things, not just not just one specific thing, but multiple things. It gives you more of a value in a like in a market. It's like it gives you a market value. It enhances your market value if you can do multiple things. That's good. I mean that's very impressive. Considering you still have to finish school. I mean, you still have to sit exams. You still have to go to lessons. It's combining both is not a simple task. Well, but you're still in school, so you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush uh, to earn big money. You still got time to achieve that. I mean, online schools. I mean, obviously, you can pretty much do everything online, so it might work out for you. But at the same time, you might get lonely if you study at home if you don't go out and meet other people. So I don't know. It depends how you feel about it. There's there's a possibility that you might never get out of the house if you do online school. So you have to take that into consideration as well. Okay, that's good. I mean, it might be something worth considering if you can finish within 2 or 3 months, and it's probably worth it. Okay, at least you're not like a nerd that sits at home and just doesn't engage with other people. You've got that physical connection with other people, which is good. It's healthy. It doesn't make you feel lonely or out of touch with society. Yeah, that's true. The sooner you finish school, the sooner you can focus on your passions and interests. That makes sense. Ultimately, I found school to be a waste of time, especially where you have to go to lessons about things that you don't care about. You have to study subjects. You have to study things that you don't really you don't really care about. So it's probably good that you get it out of the way. I understand. No, it's good that you have a break from studying and obviously making content and getting outside and meet and doing things outside the house definitely helps with just switching off from doing this, from being obsessed about something specific all the time. But yeah, like I said, I'm not, I'm not here to give advice. But obviously, you seem to be a sensible person anyway, so you're gonna be fine. I'm sure you're gonna be able to achieve your goals. Or if you don't achieve them immediately, at some point you will. It just takes time. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna get good grades anyway. If you finish, you know, I'm sure you're a good student. I'm sure you've been doing well in school, so you can just say, you know what, I don't need to study anymore. I can just go out in the big wide world and just do my own thing. I don't need this anymore. I don't need a teacher to tell me what to learn, how to learn, and what to learn. I can do it by myself. Just just do your exams and just say goodbye. Thank you, goodbye. I'm done with this. Okay. I mean, most people, most adults, they're not good at maths. So you've got a good. The fact that you're good at maths is already a strong advantage over other people, because other people are absolutely awful at maths. Very few people are actually capable of doing mathematics. So the fact that you've got a sound grasp of mathematics is going to do you is going to set you up to do well in life. I don't know. I haven't really set a plan, to be honest, because I have a lazy day today. I don't really have any plans. I just, as long for as long as I care to be, well, for as long as I feel I don't feel too tired. I mean, maybe I'll keep streaming, but I haven't really set a goal in mind, because I haven't come on here with a specific agenda. You see, I've only covered here to see the reaction of people, what kind of people what we're gonna join in this chat. But so far, I haven't had any problems with anyone. Everyone has been decent. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. It was more of like an experiment to see what it was like. But I haven't set a goal. I haven't set an agenda. It was just done spontaneously. I was like out of curiosity. I mean, a couple of nights, a couple of I've been waking up early in the morning, so I've been out with my bicycle riding around the city. But there was not very many people that joined, because some days I struggle to sleep, so I wake up very early. Like, I go to bed and I will just wake up after a couple of hours, and I just get on my bike and just because I live by the beach, I just go around the city, and then I go around the beach, and just spending hours and hours, and yeah. And because the weather is nice now, it's summer here in the UK, so it gets daylight here. There's like daylight here at about 5:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous, and then it gets dark at about 9 p.m. So there's plenty of hours to just enjoy the sunshine. Oh, okay, so you also go out to cycle. Well, you also enjoy cycling, which is a good. Well, it's a nice hobby to have. Do you live in a city? Are you from a big city, or just a small place, a small town? Yeah, here in the UK, we don't get a lot. There's not a lot of sun where I live here in the UK, especially uh, December, January, and February. I mean, you never see this. You hardly ever see the sun during the winter months. It's very grim. Okay, so I think I think that's like near New Jersey, or I don't know. I think it's near towards New York. I think, or is it the south? I'm not sure. I forgot. But it's definitely. I know it's a big city, Chicago. It's like a huge metropolis. Oh, obviously, I know the city. It's got a big reputation. It's got well, I mean, obviously, it had the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan, but it's probably very congested. It's very polluted city because there's a lot of traffic, a lot of cars. I mean, some cities are nice, but when there's a lot, if it's a big city like where there's like 10 million people, then it must be a nightmare because of the traffic, the noise pollution, the traffic, the noise, the crowds, the crime, the everything is worse. Everything is worse than a big city when it comes to all these things. You don't get a lot of peace and tranquility in big cities. I don't think. But you get more opportunities. Like you get more opportunities to meet people. That's the only advantage of living in a big city. You get to meet different people, a greater variety of people, and you tend to find more opportunities for with hobbies and interests. Okay. So how did you find how did you find my live chat then? Did you just how because yeah, it's just I don't understand that because obviously you're just a kid from Chicago. It's just I wonder why. I wonder how you came to be recommended this stream. I just don't know. I can't make sense of it. It's very strange. It's very unusual. It's very strange. Yeah, obviously people are selfish. You know, people want to achieve their own goals. So that's just humans for you. Most humans are just too focused on themselves to care about other people. Okay, that's interesting because obviously we don't really have anything in common in a sense that we're in different stages in life and we have different interests. So I was curious. I was like, how did this person find me through YouTube? It's interesting to hear about it. But like I said, I haven't made a conscious effort. I mean, I've literally just switched on my camera and started streaming. That was it. It wasn't. I haven't really devised a game plan on what I was going to talk about, what my how my style was going to be, and what I was going to discuss, and how I was going to discuss. How I was going to approach it. But it's true. I mean, every generation has grown up differently, and they have a different perspective in life on how to do things. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But some adults, I mean, even though they have wisdom, they don't necessarily have kindness. So a lot of people they don't really like to share their knowledge and wisdom with other people. They like to just keep it for themselves. It depends on on your personality as well. I guess my personality is that I don't mind sharing my thoughts with other people. I'm quite relaxed and laid back, and I'm not aggressive. I'm not an aggressive person. I don't like some people. They want to be right all the time. They're quite stubborn. I'm not like that. Yeah, I'm a reflective person. I'm introspective. I think a lot. I think a lot about life, about how people are and what drive, how they live their life. Like some people are focused on their job, some people are focused on their family, some people want to succeed, other people just want to live as normally as possible without having any high expectations of themselves. There's a variety of people with different motivation and obviously different abilities as well. I mean, maybe if you know you're very talented at something, you're more likely to be driven. But if you don't feel like you're talented at anything in particular, you probably don't care about having high expectation for yourself. I mean, if you're I don't know, if you're like somebody who's very good at school, you're probably going to have a high expectations for your future than if you're somebody who's average at school, who doesn't have any high grades. You're probably just thinking, I just want to have a job and have a family and just live a normal life, which is fine as well. Most people just have an average life. So they go to their graveyard without anybody remembering them, other than their, if they're lucky, close friends and family, if they're lucky. But otherwise, they just die off and nobody remembers them. No, there's no books written about them, shall we say? I mean, obviously, no. The some like if you go back to ancient Greeks like Aristotle, Plato, those people lived over 2,000 years ago, and they're still remembered. But probably you're right. At some point, they will be forgotten too. You're right. I do see where you're coming from. There is, yeah. I see your point. I agree with it. Well, I mean, that's nature for you. Like yeah, there's the birth and then there's death. I mean, those are the two things that make up nature, and whether it's human or other or plants or anything else. But humans, obviously, we have the ability to reason, to think, to plan. Whilst other animals or any other living entity doesn't. So we are special in that regard, that we can think, we can reason, we can reflect, we can create new things. Other races, well, other animal species, they can't do these things. So the human mind is quite unique in that sense, compared to the brains of other animals. Compared to the brains of other animals, the human mind is unique. I mean, think about it. We watch science fiction, we watch horror, we watch all things that don't correspond to reality, but we still enjoy them. We still, I don't know. It's just the human brain is very complex and very fascinating to a certain extent. But it's interesting to read about the human brain, how it works, but because there's so much complexity to it, that it's interesting. That makes it interesting. And obviously, people have a way of expressing themselves that's different, and different abilities and everything else. So because I think in Chicago it must be early morning now, and it's probably like 8 a.m. I don't know, 8, maybe earlier. I'm not sure. So you haven't had a lie-in today. You've gotten out of bed reasonably early for a weekend at least. Okay, so it's quite early. Well, it's definitely for a Sunday. It's definitely early for a Sunday. I understand. I'm not good with sleep routine. I've never been good since a young age, so I can't really I can't really give you any advice on how to improve on that. I just think that you just have to kind of keep disciplined and put your clock alarm on, and if you have to do something, just use do that, and that's pretty much it. I don't have an alarm. I hate alarms. I can't stand them. I just feel like alarms are for people who don't have freedom, who have to do things because other people expect them to do them. But I'm sure you're on summer holidays now, so you can focus on your YouTube. You can just become a better creator. You can work on improving your creative side and also your editing skills. Maybe I don't know how advanced your skill set is, but I'm sure it's pretty good. But there's always room for improvement, right? You never stop learning. There's always more that can. Well, that's a good habit. I mean, over the long term, it's going to serve you well if you can keep a habit of working. It's definitely a great asset to be able to work even when you are on holiday. To have that attitude, to have that discipline, to have that drive. Okay, so you're kind of like competent at what you do. At what you do, you see yourself as competent, if not the best, at least competent. Yeah, I've got four people on a chat, but you're the only one chatting. That's funny. It's funny. The other people just are idly watching, which is okay. I guess it's not a problem. But you never, it's yeah, you never know who's watching. But I'm not wanted. I'm not wanted by the police. I'm not wanted by anybody. So I don't care who's watching. Well, I don't have a problem with whoever is watching me. Well, I mean, obviously, you're starting out, so it's good to have confidence. But I understand being humble is also uh, yeah, it's also good because you're not always gonna know everything over everybody else. So it's good to have a bit of a humble side to you. It's not gonna hurt you. It's definitely an intelligent. I would say it's a sign of intelligence to be humble, not to be too arrogant. If you're too arrogant, you're probably not going to do well in life. You're probably going to fail at some point. But if you're a balanced person, you're probably going to be okay. I understand. I understand. I mean, some people are scared of competition, of comparing them, of putting themselves out there. At least you're not scared. You're somebody that gets on with it. You're you know it doesn't stop you from working, and you don't have any problems admitting that you're not the best, but you're still working to improve every day and to work every day. I'm not the best at anything, so I'm that. So but I admitted that I'm not afraid of admitting that. I'm not. I don't really care. Ultimately, it's not about what you want to do. It's not what other people think as much as what you want to achieve, and what drives you. That's the important thing, is to focus on yourself. Of course, having feedback is important, because ultimately, in today's society, when it comes to work, at least, we work to serve the interests of other people. So if you're a content creator, that mostly means creating interesting, fascinating content that's compelling for other people to spend their time engaging with that content. So if you can do that, if you can gain the interest of other people through your work, then that's already promising. But that's how you succeed in today's society. It's getting the attention of other people to your work. That's what determines success nowadays, especially in creative industries like yours, where you do content creating and editing. But sometimes you have to pay money as well, because a lot of people do marketing, like they do adverts. I mean, you don't do any adverts, you don't have any. You're growing organically without much money to invest. So in a way, you're doing it the hard way, but hopefully, over the medium to long term, it will pay off for you. That's what I'm. That's what I hope happens to you. That over the medium to long term, you'll be able uh, to succeed at what you do. But I do obviously appreciate your sharing your insights and your experiences, even as a young person, which you are. I'm not really here. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you can promote yourself across multiple platforms, and it's definitely an advantage, I guess. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I understand. Like I said, because you're a young person, there's no there's no point in rushing to become big. I mean, you can take your time, I guess. You don't have to think about becoming the best or the most successful already. But at some point, you might get there. Some point in the future, but you don't have to rush, because you're barely out of school now, so you've got time to develop and grow as a content creator, as an editor. Almost, you can even become a teacher, because there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people that want to learn how to do editing. So you could also be a teacher at some point, teach other people how to do it. If you're above average, if your skill set is above average, you can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things to monetize yourself. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so So you were hang on, how do you call it? You were like a student. You were like your her dad was your teacher. That's what I'm trying to say. I think anyway. I think that's all. If I understood correctly, okay. So it was for to maximize your grades. You took his class to maximize your grades because you were highly highly knowledgeable about the class that he was teaching. I understand. It's a good it's a clever way to boost your grades. Yeah, makes sense now. Well, to achieve a high grade at least. I understand. No, it makes sense. Obviously, uh, if you're so good at something that the class doesn't challenge you, then you're gonna become like a second teacher where other students are gonna ask for advice and support. It's it's normal. I would say it happens to most high achieving students. If they're the best in the class, people are gonna ask for support. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the beauty. Well, that's the great advantage of having sought after skills is that you can use your skills in so many different ways to obviously to create content, to create content for others, to teach others how to do these things. I mean, you can write books, you can write, you know, you can do tutorials. I mean, is the amount of possibilities that you have is quite varied. So it's up to you how to go about to using your skills to your advantage when it comes to have earning an income, having a job, but which you will have at some point. Well, which you already do, but in the future you will probably when you do it full time, it probably become bigger, much bigger than what it is now for you. But it's good that you have those options on the table. So will you go to college? Are you planning to go to college to like study for a major or whatever whatever however they call it over there? I think they call it major in the US. Okay, so you just at the moment you're not planning to go to college. I understand. Okay, if you think you're not missing out on any professional uh, advancements by foregoing college, then it's obviously that's your decision to make. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do question it because I know that obviously college gives you that reputation. If you have a degree, it's like, oh, look at this guy. This guy's achieved has achieved a high degree. I don't know. It's just for reputation. A lot of the time, a college degree gives you that credibility, but if you think you don't need it, then it's up to you, I guess. I understand. I understand that the knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge available online. You don't have to go to college to learn anything. But it's just for prestige, I guess. Prestige and networking. Okay, so you're getting qualifications online. I understand. Yeah, I've also came across a website called Coursera. They do online. They even do online degrees on there. So there's a lot of ways you can get certificates and you can gain qualifications these days. It's yeah, it's quite varied. I understand. Okay, so you've got it figured out. You've got good knowledge about how to go about gaining recognition for your knowledge and skills, which is important in today's world. It gives you enhanced credibility as a creator, as a teacher. It's good. You've got it all worked out well, I guess. It's funny because for me, YouTube is just it was just more about talking about my life experience. That's why I said I did some videos, but because my videos are not professional, really, they look very amateurish. They haven't really picked up an audience, but yeah, it's just because I don't have any skills. Like and I probably wouldn't want to learn anyway because I probably get bored. I just can't get my mind can't get into like this world of editing. I just can't. I just I find it boring. I think I just wouldn't be able to focus. It would just be too complicated. But I do appreciate I do appreciate you just came on to see the beard, and I can't take too much credit from for that because it's natural. It grows naturally, so I can't say thanks because I made a specific effort for it to grow as much as it has. It's just genetics. It's just luck that I have genetics that can grow a beard. Some people can't. I know that there's some men that can't grow beards, or at least if they do, it doesn't grow as thick as mine. So it is what it is. That's just the reality. We all have genetic lottery. We are born a certain way, to look a certain way, and to be a certain way. So I was born to have a beard, and to have a thick beard. What can I say? That's that's just a nature's gift for me, I suppose, if you can call it a gift. But yeah, I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to keep you too long. I mean, if you have other things to do, I mean, you know, because you seem an ambitious person that's always busy. So if you have to do other things, by all means, go ahead and do them. I've actually got a twin brother, believe it or not, but he doesn't grow a beard. He doesn't like to grow his beard. Okay, okay, so you're not pressed for time. You're quite chilled. Ah, you've allowed yourself a holiday. That's a nice thing. That's it's good. It's good to relax a bit. I suppose it gets your creativity. Maybe you'll just think about other creative things whilst you're on holiday. Oh, okay. You're back working tomorrow. Wow. Okay. I hate work. I can't stand work, man. I've tried jobs and let's say none of them lasted. I've always ditched. I always said, you know what? To hell with this job. I value my freedom, and I just can't be bothered to work for other people. Okay, at least you enjoy it. That's important. That you gain some satisfaction from doing it. That helps. It helps with if you're feeling like stressed out or just frustrated. It helps when you enjoy something because it makes you push through the struggle, the stress of work. So it's good for you. You have a massive advantage. The fact that you enjoy what you do is a massive advantage over somebody that only works for money, that doesn't really enjoy the process of the job, of doing the actual job. They only enjoy the reward of the job. Well, they only do it because of the potential rewards associated with the work. But you like the actual job, so it's good. It's a good advantage. So how old are you? You must be about what 16? Because if you're in the final year of high school, I'm assuming you're between 16, 17, 18. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. No, I was. Oh, you were born in October. That's funny. I was born in October. Well, yeah, I was. My birthday is in October as well, on the 22nd. Okay, that's cool. 18 is a milestone birthday, at least in this country, is when you become officially when you become an adult. Wow, that's cool. Well, it's cool that you were born in the same month as me, and not too far apart to celebrate. Funny. It's okay. Yeah, so yeah, mine is on the 22nd, so I'm pretty much there's like a 20-year gap. It's funny. Yeah, there's a 20-year gap between us, pretty much. Was it? Yeah, yeah, there's a 20-year gap. Yeah, it is definitely. Like you're like I don't know, two generations younger than me. Like you must be like a alpha generation, like generation alpha. I think it's funny. Well, hopefully you're gonna, oh, you're still Gen Z. I thought you might have been alpha. So you're a generation younger than me. Technically, well, yeah, you are because I'm generation Y. If you're Z, that means you're a generation younger. I thought you might have been alpha. I thought you might have been two generations younger, but fair enough. I'm not gonna. Yeah, okay. Because some Gen Zs are already in their 20s. So so you're marginally off the alpha generation. I understand. Okay, marginally off, which is fine. No, that's not too far off. That's very thin margin. very thin. Well, yeah, it's like a thin margin. Ooh, yeah, it's not too much, not too far off, I would say. I don't know. I don't know if there's much of a difference between when I was a teenager and nowadays today's teenagers. I think it's pretty much. I don't know. It's not too different, I would say, because now I don't know, because even back when I was like 18, there was already like online shopping, smartphones. It was I don't know if it's too different to compared to today's compared to being a teenager today. I'm not sure if there's big differences. I don't think so. Yeah, I guess more video games and more gadgets. Like just so many different gadgets now. You have smart glasses, iPads, iPhones, computers. There's a bigger variety of hardware compared to 20 years ago when I was a teenager 20 years ago. God knows what it's going to be like in the next 20 years. If God knows what kind of shit is going to come out in the next 20 years. I mean, I don't know. Well, maybe robots. We'll have robots doing jobs for us. I don't know. Yeah, I got to plan my day better. I mean, I spend too much time sometimes just being idle. I have to be honest. I don't have a routine, which is not good. It's probably not the best, the smartest way to live your day, but that's just how I am. I don't really. I struggle to have a routine. I struggle to be consistent. I think consistency is my weakness. Being consistent at doing things. Yeah, struggling with motivation. Sometimes I just think, why bother? Why do I bother doing this? Why do I, you know? So that's just my weakness. Consistency is my weakness. But yeah, I do appreciate your time to share your experience. I mean, I can actually look at your page to your channel, and I can see it's very gaming orientated, and you actually get quite a few views. Wow, I'm actually impressed by how many views some of your videos have got. Let me see you still have another big. You still have another a viral video, but I'm sure it's gonna come like a super viral video because it looks quite. The animation looks quite. Looks very well. Well, it looks very professional. I like it. It's cool. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Like I said, it's. I'm sure your main audience. If you look at the analytics, I'm sure your main audience is probably teenagers, children, and teenagers. I'm assuming that's your audience for your videos, which is fine. Ultimately, children and teenagers have more time for games and also more of an interest. It's good. It's good. So I can see that your highest views was from a video of 2 months ago, 61,000. That's crazy. That's crazy numbers to me. Like because I'm thinking it's not easy to get a viral to get a video that gets over 50,000 views. That's a great effort in my opinion. It's very good achievement for somebody just starting out like yourself, who's not as very experienced. with YouTube? Okay, that's great. That's you're very optimistic about the growth of your channel and future views. But yeah, you're very creative. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, wow. Yes, well, your page is very colorful, very well executed, very well presented. It, there's also a sense of authenticity because you've got your own drawing, your own. Yes, it's good. It's good. Yeah, obviously I'm not the target audience, but for children and teenagers that engage with your channel, engage with your content, I'm sure they enjoy it just as much as you enjoy making it. Yeah, well, okay, colors are good. Definitely, colors. You know, I like colors too. Like, but obviously, when I go out in nature, mostly, I don't, I don't do any drawings. I'm not an artistic person. You you seem an artistic person, so it's well, you seem to have a creative side that I would argue is artistic to a certain extent. I was just watching your page. Thanks. Yeah, obviously, I think you might be the most successful YouTuber that I've engaged with so far. I'm pretty sure you are by quite some margin as well. Because I mean, yeah, you've got at least three videos with over 50,000 views, so that's I would say you're comfortably the most successful YouTuber I've met so far. Comfortably, not even close. Yeah, I think you're the only one who stuck around. So, it proves how well it proves how real you are with your comments. I do compared to other people, you just run away from well, not run away, but left the page. Essentially, they left. Running is a strong word, but yeah, you're a good person. You've got a good personality. I do. I find you very friendly, which is good. I understand. Yeah, I understand. Obviously, there's so many people on here. I mean, God knows how many streams, how many streams are live as we speak. Like, there's probably tens of thousands of streamers who are live. So the fact that you found me is quite fascinating. Like, it's unexpected that someone like you has found me because, like I said, your interests and your content creation is in a different league to me. It's in a different sphere because you're focusing on cartoons. I'm just speaking about real life, like my experiences in the real world. Not I don't do anything creative. Yeah, and I understand. No, I understand your point of view. It's that's true. That is true. It might not help you. It might not help you with your job, but if you enjoy it, if you enjoy that interaction, or if you see value in that interaction, then of course, it's something that you can do. There's no problem with that. I do appreciate it. I like it as well. I like to meet people. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to meet someone like you in real life because we just live in different situations. But yeah, I understand. I understand. There's not enough time to do everything, to try everything. That's life. We don't have time to do everything, but it is what it is. But yeah, yeah. So what do your parents get involved with your work? Do you show them your work, or they just leave you to it? They're not interested in what you're doing, because you seem quite independent. You seem, for a teenager, you seem very independent and very focused in yourself. So I don't know. I understand. No, but obviously your parents are probably not. I understand. I understand. Okay. No, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm not disputing that. I know that everything is your work and your ideas and creativity. I understand. I'm sure your parents will be happy if you succeed as well. If you can turn your passion into your job, I'm sure they will be happy for you. I'm sure that they care about your happiness, that they want to see you do well. Mm. Yeah, well, yeah, I think you're the only one that's going to engage today, so I might come on later. We'll see. I might, because I still have to eat some food. Like, I still have to have a snack. Like, I don't know. It's just I'm spoiled. Whenever I'm at home, I always have food available to me. It's like my mother. She likes to cook a lot of things. She's always in the kitchen, baking, cooking. So it's impossible for me not to eat when I'm at home. Okay. Well, I'm guessing you like what most teenagers eat, like burgers, pizzas. Um, what else? Burgers and pizzas, right? That's the only thing that teenagers like to eat. I don't know, for the most part. I understand. Yeah, I had pizza yesterday, homemade pizza, like, which was nice. I like homemade pizza because it's made with fresh ingredients. Like, and my mother, she's quite good at baking, so it comes out okay. It comes out. It tasted well. It tasted good. It was good. It was well made. Obviously, I'm Italian, so Italian people eat everything fresh for the most part, especially those that come from poor families, because poor families don't go to restaurants. They eat at home. They can't afford to go to restaurants, so they have to cook everything from scratch. But it's good quality anyway. It's better than restaurants. I mean, the food that my mother makes is better than what you would find in ordinary restaurants. Well, you won't be poor for much longer. Trust me. If you If you keep getting over 50,000 views for your videos, you're gonna. I'm sure you won't. You won't struggle for money for much longer. You, at some point, you will earn a good income. Hopefully, I understand. Yeah, I understand. It's. I'm sure. I'm sure your girlfriend understands that you're still a kid. You're still developing as a professionally and also as a person. So she can wait. She can wait for restaurant dinners for a few more years. Oh, somebody else has joined. Okay. I feel it's like I was having a private conversation with someone. Well, with you more specifically. Where are you from, Douglas? Are you American as well, or are you from the UK? Oh, okay. So you're either Spanish or Portuguese, one of the two. I understand. I'm talking about Douglas, of course. Yeah. So right now I have an American, and now I have well, either a Portuguese or a Spaniard. It's funny. It's a big, like I said, YouTube is it's pretty much global. So I don't know who's gonna find me from where they're gonna be, but I don't speak Spanish and I don't speak Portuguese. So I'm glad that well that you speak English, or at least can communicate in English to a basic degree. I'm not sure. Okay, so you're Portuguese. I understand. Yeah, I should have made more of an effort to learn Spanish or at least Spanish, because Spanish is more is like one of the biggest languages. Well, it's one of the most widely spoken languages in the world. Also, you're on holiday in Portugal. Yeah, I know. Obviously, I'm aware that Europe is experiencing a heat wave. The temperatures are very hot, very dry weather. So it can be nice. It must be difficult to live in such hot weather. It's not easy. You have to make sure you stay hydrated. Drink a lot of fluids. So otherwise you might get dizziness. I don't know. So are you on holiday from like work or school? What's made you go to Portugal? Like, what you've taken a holiday presumably from either school or work, I would imagine. To be honest with you, I was born in Italy, so I I would say I support Napoli because that's where I was born. I was born in the Campania region of Italy, so that's the biggest team in the region, Napoli. That's the team that I tend to follow. But I live in Swansea, and there's also a team about a mile away from where I live. So, but I would say Napoli is my team, the team that I follow more closely than any other team. Okay, the US is a big country, so I'm not surprised. No, I don't go to matches. No, no, no. I just watch it on the television. I've never been to a match in my life, believe it or not. No, good old television. That's my viewing platform. I don't live in Italy. You see, I'm sure I made that clear. I'm not in Italy right now. I live in the UK. So how long are you going to be holidaying in Portugal? Are you going to be there for a while? Huh, well, I mean, whenever I feel like it, whenever I feel like it. But to be honest with you, lately I haven't really like I'm not really listening to music as much as I used to. I kind of got off. I kind of got bored of it. I don't know. I just I'm mostly watching. I mostly watch sports or read book or read about philosophy online. That's what I do. Or read about financial news. I think I've grown out of music. I've grown off music a little bit. I don't know why. I just stopped listening to it. Ah, okay. You're okay. That's good. That's good. It's good that you have a holiday with your brother. Uh, I've never been to Portugal, but obviously I know it's a nice place. It's by the there's a lot of nice weather, nice beaches, nice cities. Okay, wow, that's vinyl. That's quite a niche interest to collect vinyl. It's old fashioned. Okay, so you go back to your ordinary life back in Spain within a week. Are you from a big city in Spain, or are you from like a remote area? Uh, I mean, in the past, I used to listen to rap music, pop music, mostly because I enjoyed the explicit, aggressive lyrics. But I don't really have a specific genre. I pretty much listen to whatever music sounds good. I mean, I can listen to pretty much anything. I can even listen to opera. Like, I don't really have a specific taste. I guess I'm not a true music fan. I'm not. I'm just somebody that listens to music to make me feel good, to boost my morale, to boost my sense of well-being. But obviously, Spain, they've got a lot of famous singers. Obviously, Spanish language is very, it's spoken in at least two different continents, right? You speak Spanish in South America. Obviously, it's growing in North America as well now because it's a big Hispanic community in North America, and obviously Spain as well. Spain is obviously a Spanish-speaking country. But you clearly have learned English. I don't know where you learned it, but you clearly seem to be capable in speaking it. Well, in writing in English, but I'm assuming you also speak English as good as you write in English. So I don't know if you learn in school. I'm assuming you learn in school, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Everybody speaks English now. A lot of people in Europe learn English. It's everyone's second language now. English in Europe, even in non-English speaking countries in Europe. It's a lot of young people, especially, speak English to a good standard. Not perfect, but at a good conversational standard at least. I understand. I don't know when Nintendo 64 came out, so because if I did, I'd probably be able to guess your age, but I don't know. I just, but I'm assuming you're an adult. I don't know. I'm assuming you're an adult. You're not a kid anymore. Okay, okay. So you're like me then. Well, I'm part of the millennial generation as well. So we're the same on that. But yeah, obviously, vinyl is rising in popularity. Toasted is obviously made a good point. Well, the reality is that there's people older than you, so don't feel too old. You still got a long time before you get to pension age, so you still have to think about working for the next 3 decades at least, maybe more. I don't know. I feel let's say I feel experienced. I don't feel old. I feel experienced. I think that's the best way to look at it. Not to put yourself down like that. Just be constructive with how you are. I'm sure you've got a lot of knowledge and experience to share. Well, it's true. There's a lot of problems in the world. There's a lot of like global warming and economic, social. I mean, there's so many problems with the world. I mean, obviously, it makes you feel that way. It makes you feel like the future is bleak. I understand your. I understand why anybody would feel that way, but ultimately, we haven't got to a point of no return yet. But maybe it will happen at some point. Who knows? Yeah, it probably is. It's probably is. Like I said, it's probably a bad time to be an adult. Generally speaking, it's a bad time to be an adult. Period. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Obviously, yeah, I'm not. We're not in a war yet. I'm sure. Like people who became adults during the Second World War, First World War, they would also be feeling the same way as you. That it's a bad time to be an adult, but I'm not sure if it's the worst time to be an adult right now. It's definitely not easy. It's definitely difficult, but I'm not sure if it's the worst. But yeah, it's never easy. It's never easy to navigate your life, navigate through this world. There's so many. There's always difficulties and challenges and problems. Nowadays, the big problems is social, economic, and also environmental. There's a lot of environmental problems with yeah, global warming and just yeah, mostly global warming and pollution as well. Pollution that causes the global warming, but because there's probably too many people on this planet. I mean, that's what some experts say. Some experts say that this planet is overpopulated. Like there's like what 8 billion people. There's too many people. Like 8 billion is too much. Is a big number, and the world can't sustain that. And all these people. But I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just read the newspapers. You see, it's the newspapers that give me all this information. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even have known about all these things. I just think that human life has always had its challenges. It's always been hard. It's always been, in a sense, complicated. Easy but complicated at the same time because you have to navigate your way through all the challenges put in front of you. But if you're an intelligent person, then you're probably gonna have more resilience. You're gonna be able to cope better. And you're lucky, like in a sense, you're lucky that to be able to live in a world where you can access knowledge more widely than ever before. Like in the past, it was difficult to get an education, it was difficult to get knowledge, it was difficult to get skills. Now you can get everything through an internet connection. So there's advantages to being an adult in today's society than maybe 100 years ago, 200 years ago. But it is what it is. Mm. But like I said, hopefully we're not going to. I was reading an article on this financial newspaper about how some rich people are buying property in like New Zealand and Argentina because they're preparing for like a nuclear apocalypse or like a major war between, yeah, the bunkers. But yeah, I was reading about some like an American entrepreneur. He purchased a ranch in a remote region of Argentina, and he was like, if China attacks Taiwan or if Russia attacks the Baltic regions, I'm gonna be going there the day after. Like I'm gonna fly the day after. I'm gonna fly to this ranch to hide away from these conflicts. But I don't know if I don't know if it's realistic or if it's just a dream to be able to escape a nuclear apocalypse on this planet. I'm not sure if it's possible. And obviously, I know that the Facebook guy, Mark Zuckerberg, I know he's built a bunker beneath his home in Hawaii, ready for ready for potential, ready to protect himself from like a war. I don't know. It sounds far fetched, but not completely not completely unrealistic, shall we say? But it tells you how much they value their life, that they're prepared to do everything to preserve it. They don't just they want to live as long as they can, shall we say? They don't want to die. They're afraid of death just as much as the next person, if not more. To go out of their way to do these things. But obviously, they got the money. Like I don't have millions of pounds. I can't build a bunker. I can barely afford a house to live in a house. So I'm gonna be stuck in whatever situation I am. I'm gonna be stuck in it. I don't have any way to plan to plan an escape route away from where I am at the moment. I will just have to embrace what's coming, regardless of how it turns out. But it's just crazy because it's like we live in a civilized society, but yet we still have wars. We still have people dying from conflicts, from starvation, from being killed by other people. It's mad. It's just a mad world. In some ways, it is a mad world. I've never seen him. I've never been rich. I'll probably never be rich to know what it feels like to be rich. So, but I can imagine that having that amount of wealth makes you feel almost like you're omnipotent. That you're some kind of special power on this earth. But yeah, it's definitely that amount of wealth can definitely make you feel more superior and more special than other people, no doubt about it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from this because I've been on here for too long. I probably have a headache once I disconnect from this. I probably need to lie down a little bit. I need to get some rest, but because I've been here for way too long, like it's this has turned into an interesting experience. It's been good. It's been good. I do appreciate your time, obviously, particularly Toasted. You've been here for a while, so I do appreciate your engagement has been very valuable. So thank you very much. All right. Okay. Well, enjoy your last day of holiday. I hope. Well, I hope you had a good time and you're ready to start back tomorrow to in your quest for YouTube glory. I'm just gonna yeah. I'm gonna take a break and catch up with you later at a later time. Take care. All the best.